Hello, everyone. As usual, I'm beginning the week with an introductory video to help you set up your work. We are already in week 4, and I already released the topics for the writing assignments. And if you open it, you have to open the document for the video conference so you know what this is all about. The week will be closing on Sunday as usual. The only thing is that, as I had promised, I'm going to reschedule the submission date for the second writing assignment. The other activities remain as planned originally. In this 4th week, we are studying the concept of the one paragraph essay, something that I consider essential because the one paragraph essay is a brief format that takes the form of the 5-paragraph essay, but in a shorter form. You have a topic sentence that acts as the thesis statement of the essay, and then you have the supporting ideas. So in brief, the 1-paragraph essay is a simpler unit of writing, and is the most common, I would say. Whenever you have to answer a test question, you have to use the 1-paragraph essay format. You make a point, and then you defend your point. So it's important that we practice this model. We are beginning with the expository genre, and the expository genre is reporting information, factual information, no opinion, no biases. So it's important that the first thing that you do is download a document that appears in your contents. I'm going to show you where in your contents, where I explain the meaning of the expository genre and also the summary. If you check this resource over here, you see that in the first part you have the introduction to expository writing. In the second part, you have a summary of Lunsford's chapter. Lunsford calls it reporting information, and then you have a checklist for the second writing assignment. And you have something which is essential here, which is the fundamentals of a summary, and you need to read this because the writing assignment is a summary. Going back to the contents of the week, in the planner, I make reference to the fact that we are studying the 1-paragraph essay. We are using MLA guidelines for the first time. You have to format your essay using MLA style guidelines. You have to start working with text annotation, and you use the pre-writing techniques, and keeping in mind that you have to complete a portfolio at the end. So you need to do this, the complete process, and then keep the samples in case you want to load them later to the portfolio. In this week, we have the 7th quiz, or the 7th exercise online, which is the comma, and you have multiple attempts as usual. Remember, don't settle for only one. You could improve the score if you keep on practicing. On Friday, we have the second partial test. The second partial test is about writing an efficacious introduction using one of the patterns that we studied in week 2 of our course. So it's important that you review that, because on Friday the test is going to be open from 4 until 23:55. The writing assignment, in this case for section 2717, was scheduled for the 12th, and now is going to be scheduled for after the break. So I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to give you like a couple of dates more. And the same for section 2721. So I'll be notifying you via email the exact date when the writing assignment is due. If you finish the writing assignment before and you want to load it, that's fine. You can do it, and it makes no difference. So if you have it already, you send it before you go on a holiday. You also have to do the self-assessment. Self-assessment 1, 2, and 3. Topic sentence, approach, which is very important, is the personal pronoun in your essays, and audience. and then avoiding stereotype and sexist language and using the comma, which is a support for the other exercise that you have, quiz 7. I'm going to go back to the instruction for the second writing assignment because understanding this is crucial. As you all know, we have you have the instructions here in the Word document that I gave you. You already know that you have a selection of articles. We have a single theme that's going to be prevailing all through the 8-week module. Is going organic, agricultural panacea, or responsible farming practice. So all these articles are going to be spinning around the same topic. You have a large selection from 2 publications, Scientific American and The New Scientist. You have all the access keys and passwords and that you need to be able to download these articles. I wanted to call your attention to the fact that the second writing assignment is a summary, so it means that you have to choose one article from this list of 10 articles. You have to choose that article to make the summary. Then in writing assignment 3, you have to make the analysis of another article. But if you chose one article already for the summary, in writing assignment 3, the article that you chose before is excluded, so you can no longer use it. In writing assignment 3 is an analysis, is analytical writing. And then in writing assignment 4, you have to write an argumentative essay, and so the articles that you chose for the summary and for the analysis are no longer permitted. In each of the 3 the Word document with a set of instructions, you have a clear explanation of what you need to do. In the first one, in the second writing assignment 2, you have to make the summary of one of these articles. Then in the third writing assignment, an analysis, and in the fourth, an argumentation essay. So since these are different genres, for example, the expository is factual information, the analytical, you have to pay attention to what the article says, but also the form of the article, because that's part of the analysis. And in argumentation, you have to find one article that is pretty polemic, and then you want to talk to the article and then maybe contend against the ideas presented by the author. It's important that you make the correct choice. So it's important that at least before choosing randomly one article for any of the assignment, you consider which one is better for the argumentative essay. So you want to keep an eye in the last writing task that you have by the end of the module. Okay, so be careful in your choice, because the ones that you choose for the summary and for the analysis are going to be excluded, at least as the main article for the argumentative essay. In the argumentative essay, in each of the articles, you have to select a number of quotes that you need to present in your paper. So the instructions are, even though the question is the same for all the assignments, you have the same theory for all the assignments, you have the same article, the instructions are pretty different. In the argument, in the expository essay, it's just a summary, and for that one, you need to come over here and get this resource, writing an expository summary, because I present a clear explanation of what expository writing is. Here in the first part, the distinctive features is about reporting information. Some of the patterns that could be used are examples, cause and effect, comparison, division, and classification. Is simply factual information, no opinions. And the distinctive features, and you have here factual and straightforward information, avoid opinions. It's written for a general audience. The writing style of an expository essay formal. The organization is such and such. And in the last part, you have, in the third part, you have the checklist for the assignment as such. In the last part, you have a very clear explanation of what a summary should be about. To write a good summary of an article, it's important to thoroughly understand the article that you read. If you feel that you don't understand, you have to go back and all. And then the steps that you need to follow when writing a summary: skimming the text, the subheadings, the reading critically, highlighting and annotating important information, finding the main ideas. I'm giving you an example of a topic sentence of a summary. You could use it as an example for your own summary. In Everyone's a Journalist, Jennifer Brown Cox argues that since college students use social media extensively, college teachers should make use of it to communicate values. That's an example of a topic sentence for one paragraph essay summary. Writing the most important points or information in your own words, and then the requirements for writing a summary. The summary should cover the original as a whole. The material should be presented in a neutral way. The summary should be an abridged version of the original. And so here you have all the guidelines for a summary with an example from D2L. And here I'm including some other information from a very interesting page, how to write a summary of an article by Virginia Kearney, and I'm just giving you here the references. And he mentions using author tags, which is some verbs that are usually included in a summary. This author, like for example Mary Johnson, in her essay, says, persuades, argues, elucidates, or maybe to explain, suggests, remind, presents. This is very, very interesting for you to consider for your assignment. As a last word of advice, please remember that this Friday we have the second partial test. In the second partial test, you're going to be required to write an introduction for an essay. I'm going to give you a topic, and then I'm going to ask you to write an introduction using one of the patterns that we studied in my course. I'm still grading your participation in the second video conference, and that should be ready tomorrow. And I'm going to be releasing the link for the video conference as well. Please don't hesitate to contact me in case you need to talk to me if something is not clear. But I guess everything's going to be fine because this week is milder in a sense. It is simpler. It's something that you have done before. It's not like the previous week in which we had to study a completely new topic, which was MLA. Okay, I wish you the best in this week. Study the material before you go on vacation, and be on the lookout, waiting for the new deadline for the writing assignment. Please, as usual, send me a confirmation email after you have watched this video, okay? Have a nice day.